What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back. It's your boy JVX TV, man. And we back again with another video. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, we're gonna be reacting to the Epstein file. You know what I'm saying? The Epstein files proves every conspiracy theory. So lately, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been on it. I haven't been watching it. I haven't been concerned about it. I haven't been none of the above, gang. I'm not gonna lie, I have been worried about my own problems. How do I tell you? Like, my problem, like, shit that I got going on is more important than what niggas is telling me about. I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, respectfully. But I told myself, nah, we gotta get into this shit. I was watching, I was basically went through a rabbit hole last night. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what this shit about. Like, let's really see what this shit about. I've been hearing a lot of stuff. Let's see, man. Yeah. But without further ado, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all turn on that post and make sure that bell is on so y'all know when I upload. Get into this video. This is Blair White. Blair White is who I don't know who she is. She seemed like she got a great explanation of what's going on and shit. So I just clicked it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Make sure I go to Blair White channel. Make sure I go show some love. Tell y'all I came from over here. To her shit, you know what I mean? And but what if I do, man, make sure I said that like, comment, subscribe, turn on that post notification so you know when I'm live or when I upload, right? Make sure I'm just making sure that y'all know that I said that. Hi YouTube, I'm sorry about that. But let's get into this video, chat. I'm sorry.
Worst types of crimes committed. It's a lot of people in these files, celebrities. These Epstein files basically prove every conspiracy.
Oh, coming up. Oh, yeah. We don't want to know.
Welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday. Yet another day paying taxes to likely non-human pedophiles on a spinning rock. So
she ain't wrong when she just said that, though. I ain't gonna
lie. The Epstein files have dropped, and that's a sentence that we have said before.
Epstein's library. We could literally go check this out right now, chat. I'm not doing it though.
Because some of them have dropped before, but this new batch of 3.5 million.
3.5 million fucking documents. Whoever's in that shit is going to jail. Dead eyes. And I was watching some shit. Shout out to No Jumpers Jump. I was watching a podcast and my son Carlos was like, yo, if all the famous people in the world that actually runs this world, what will happen? Like, what will happen if they all go to jail? Like, what will happen? He was like, the economic will crash. The world will crash. And I genuinely, truly don't think that will happen, bro. In my opinion, I don't think that the world will crash. Reason being is because regardless of what's going on, and they arrest the niggas that's arrested, whoever wasn't involved in those situations is gonna pick up the pieces. How do I tell you? Someone's gonna pick up the pieces, gang. It's not gonna, even if it do crash, it's gonna crash for about a month, maybe a week, no more than a year. Y'all can't keep this to be, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, niggas is gonna have, somebody's gonna pick that shit up and continue to do what they was doing from the beginning, gang. It's not gonna change for real. Like, I'm not saying it's not gonna change, but I don't know. It's gonna be a crazy impact. That's what I could say.
Documents really blows all of them out of the water, in my opinion. All the stuff that's already been out, like this stuff takes it to a whole different level. I was actually pretty psychologically distressed and going through it, reading it on my phone over the weekend. This is basically an I looked through the Epstein files so you don't have to video. Let's treat it as that. And so we're on the same page. These Epstein files basically prove every conspiracy ever. Basically every conspiracy theorist, every schizophrenic, you know what I mean? Apologies to the schizophrenic. We're so sorry. Although there is also a lot of unverified stuff. We're going to be going through everything from black magic rituals, the worst types of crimes committed. It's a lot of people in these files, celebrities, presidents, leaders, politicians, ancient Canaanite deities. You know, we have it all, from Donald Trump all the way up to Ball. So all the way down to Ball, I guess I would say. But
yeah, Ball is
just, let's get into it. We have an email from someone to Jeffrey Epstein saying, I decided to sacrifice poor homosexuals.
What? topic from Friday's class based on it. We had to write essay.
I don't know.
2017.
I feel like it's just clear language. Like, I don't know the last time I would have ever said that as a joke or anything symbolic, right? So, a lot of this stuff, you guys, you cannot take at face value, but a lot of it's really hard not to because what other context does this have?
Hey, y'all,
We're talking
you gotta take that shit with face value. Cause like, what else would you be talking about?
about sacrifice here. We have, oh my God, Prince Andrew hovering over a defenseless
Girl,
child on the floor.
that's definitely a female. Facts. Cause you could just tell by the surf, like, you know what I'm saying, like this part. That's all I'm gonna say. I just want to see if it was a boy or girl. I personally want to see if this is a boy or girl. I mean, it doesn't make any fucking difference. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's just like you never know. That might just be his kid. That might just be his kid, and you know what I mean. I don't know. Nasty.
Yep, real blue blood.
No, Prince of Andrew is right. This nigga live in England. The Prince of England. Saying.
We have this correspondence with Epstein talking about a classic stage 3, a young girl who was traumatized through sexual abuse as a young child and is now gradually developing special and supernatural abilities, which can sound pretty crazy until you understand what MK Ultra is, until you understand.
Hold the fuck on. This trip would have found a lot of stories like this, though she is more on the extreme side, given her biological history. We have been working with many such people with the model with good success. Accidentally, she is based in New York. Can set up a meeting if you have interest. In London, I met with a group that leveraged Iboga and spiritual traditions from Gabon to offer the alternate pentagrams. Nah.
And what trauma-based mind control is until you understand all of these ancient religions, all these ancient mystery schools for which Jeffrey Epstein clearly, pulls a lot of his beliefs from. We'll get into that as well, and how they really do find through ancient dark science that through trauma you can develop extrasensory abilities. Unfortunately, there is a lot of occult science having to do with that, and it can be backed up by occult science, but occult just means
Is it?
hidden, as we know.
Is it? But all right, I'm not a like. Me personally, I take everything that even what she's saying with a grain of salt. Let me move my camera so y'all can actually see. Hold on. My thing is, like I said, I take everything with a grain of salt personally. And for me, I personally feel like what she's saying as far as like developing special abilities through trauma, I don't think that's necessarily something that's like evil or like cultivars. I think that's something that we used to do as humans or whatever you want to fucking call us, Homo sapiens, back in the time before everything got corrupt. And what a lot of people don't know and don't realize is that a lot of people that's in the higher ups, billionaires and whatever, they practice old religion. They practice old cultivated stuff and stuff like that because shit like that used to work back in the days. And it's like if they're using it, then and you see that shit is happening, you don't think that is true? You get what I'm saying? So it's like I just feel like it's the people that's doing these things to make it seem like it's bad. Because people think voodoo is bad. Voodoo is not bad, but people made voodoo to seem bad. You get what I'm saying? Like we do these things in order for like people do these things, not people, but It's like niggas put things in place in order for it to look bad, but it's really not bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they don't want us to unlock the full potential of ourselves. So it's like they keep us locked in a cage and shit like that. So we, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, child. This shit is crazy though. This shit is crazy though. But I don't think that is necessarily bad. I just think it's how you use it that could be bad. Like, you know how a nigga got a gun? It's not about who got the gun. It's not about the gun. It's about the person who's using the gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got a fucking bazooka, but as long as I'm not going around blowing niggas up, shouldn't be no problem. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Crazy.
So, wow. We have an email from Jeffrey Epstein to someone who is redacted. There still is a lot of redactions in this dump, unfortunately. So, who is it? We don't know. But saying, where are you?
What?
Are you okay? Loved your video. I have to say,
The what?
not only is it obviously so disgusting how the administration has handled this, and I say this as someone who voted for Donald Trump, I say that this is really a blight on his administration, that even though this is the first administration to release all these files, the fact that it was handled so poorly in the meantime, right, the fact that they fought so hard to release it, I will say you can kind of see some reasoning as we go through, and you'll see some, disrespectful reasoning why the public wouldn't or shouldn't get access to all this information. But at the same time, to lie and say it was all a hoax or a nothing burger.
No. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. We need to see everything and all of it. All of it. Everything and all of it. Cause I get it gets to that point where it's like you know what I'm saying? But like we gotta find out the truth. We gotta start holding niggas accountable no matter how much money they have, no matter how much. Gotta start holding niggas accountable, gang.
It's very disappointing. It's also very disappointing to see this just a week after there was this massive trend from TikTok and Groypers and Nick Fuentes talking about how Epstein was cool and had aura and meanwhile, torture. You know what I mean? It's just the worst possible demonic things. I don't know if that was some sort of fed op to normalize Epstein right before this drop to make it, lessen the blow or something. But it's really, really,
mind you,
it was just a bad look that happened.
I should say 2009, mod.
A week ago, right? These files also prove that Pizzagate was real. So the word pizza is used over 900 times in Epstein's various emails.
Over 900 fucking times. God damn, my nigga, like y'all niggas is that serious? I gotta read this shit for myself, Jay. I'm sorry. Nigga said this is better than Chinese cookies. See attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. Go no. Go now. Oh, go now. I think that's meant to say go now. Nigga said let's go for pizza and grape soda. What the fuck is grape soda? Grape gotta be. What is pizza? Like, I know what pizza stands for them. But like, what is pizza exactly like to them? Like, is it boy or girl? Is it boy girl? Like, is it either or is it like the skin, the texture of them? Like, are they eating? Like, I want to know what they mean by pizza and grape soda. Like, what is the true definite? Like, this shit is crazy. I will let you know. The crew really appreciated the pizza today. Thank you for letting us do that. RNS, Roy and Stephanie Hodge. I
don't think I've ever emailed about pizza in my life. I don't think I've ever received an email, maybe like a Domino's coupon, right? But that would be from Domino's. And mind you, the FBI has actually for a long time now released that words like pizza.
Thank you. This is what I fucking needed to know. Okay. Federal Bureau of Investigation Intelligence Bulletin Board. It says code words and terminology used by pedophiles to identify sexual preferences. Okay, hot dog means boy. See? So pizza means girl. Cheese means little girl. Pasta means little boy. Yo, what the fuck? Ice cream means male pasta.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Yo, what? What is going on? Walnut means a person of color?
Hey yo, what the fuck?
What? What? Get the fuck out of it. Niggas calling us walnuts?
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Niggas is calling us. Nah, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. What? Map equals. Sauce means, yo, what? What? Are you shitting me right now? Like, I'm glad I moved the camera so y'all can see this clearly. Like, yo. Nah, this is another.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
This is crazy.
There's a little graph here. Actually, are code words for predators for things like boy, girl, little boy.
And then what loses me, how y'all go from hot dog to pasta? But you go pizza and cheese pizza. You can ask for a cheese pizza. So that means you want a little, you feel me? You want a pasta dog? You want a pasta hot dog? Like, you could have said ketchup. I want ketchup on my hot dog. You know what I mean? Or like, you could have called buns. I want make sure my hot dog has a bun in it. You get what I'm saying? Like, make it make more sense when you fucking having a secret code. But like, god damn, my nigga, this is the fucking ruthless. This is disgusting.
Hot dog equals boy, which definitely reminds me of the time that there were all those emails from Obama about ordering hot dogs in the WikiLeaks to John Podesta.
I think Obama spent about pizza and hot dogs from Chicago for that was not long.
We need the Podesta files. That's what we need. Pizza equals girl, cheese equals little girl, pasta equals little boy, ice cream equals male prostitute, walnut equals a person of color, map equals semen. It's so.
That's how I felt when like her face just now when she read that shit was just like
semen.
It's semen like that shit is not. That shit is weird.
So
that's why I didn't even say it.
It's very easy to dissociate from all this. It's very, because this is traumatic to even find this out, right? And that's what trauma causes, just is dissociation. It's very,
and that's probably why the fuck they letting out all these fucking files. So they want us to be traumatized so we can open up a special abilities. I'm on to y'all niggas. I'm on to y'all niggas. I'm on to y'all niggas. Y'all niggas think that's
easy to not integrate this information into your real life, to kind of maybe picture this as some far away, like, oh, this is what the elites do. But this is, you know, it trickles down all the way to this is who's running our lives. This is who, you know, all of our overlords who are going to throw you in jail if you don't do your taxes right one year. But we have 3.5 million pages of the Epstein files and 0 arrests, except for Ghislaine. I will say the feminists, unfortunately, really do eat when they say all of these men were doing this and the one person in jail is a woman.
So they locked the shorty up. They ain't like, cause niggas run the world, bro. Niggas that got money, it's higher ups that got niggas run the world, gang.
Dunk on feminists all you want, you really can't argue with that, unfortunately. So we have this we have this woman who sends a photo of her baby to Epstein and says, your generosity has no limits. After
I gotta read it for myself because she's not reading it from. I gotta do my own evidence. But, oh my God, Jeffrey! I can't believe what I see in my bank account. This is unbelievable. This bank account never ever saw such a numbers. Jeffrey, I don't know what to say. What to do? How to express my gratitude. Thank you so much from all of us. I want you to know that this present will never be wasted for not important things. We won't touch it until we really First of all, she didn't even spell really wrong. So we really need it for Greatest thanks to you, your generosity has no limits. The only thing I could do is share my happiness with you.
Receiving an unbelievable sum in her bank account and that she's never seen such a number in her bank account. And also, you have the Megyn Kellys of the world, the Nick Fuentes of the world, people saying that this was barely legal women. What are we talking about?
Niggas are saying
We're
that?
looking at babies being sold here. Harvard professor.
That's what was happening. I had a clue. I'm not gonna lie. I had a thought, but I'm like, it didn't say nothing about selling a baby. You literally sold your baby. A part of me wants to say I get it, cause I do. Cause it's like if you a crackhead or you really in the streets, I can see why you was doing that. I'm not gonna lie. I could see someone's doing that if you're really like. But like, come on, gang. It says, "Dear Galatine." Hold on, my shit on. Shit a little dirty. I can't see. Grisselin. Many thanks again for the amazing hospitality. I am so very sorry. I caused you so much worry and that I spoiled this day. I'm so happy that I did not kill anybody. My perspective of life has changed somehow. Lots of love, Martin.
Martin Nowick emailed Ghislaine in 2002 to thank her for her hospitality and out of nowhere said, "I'm so happy I didn't kill anybody," referring to their visit. I'm glad you didn't either, but why was that ever on the table, right? Here's a photo of Epstein in a room with a bunch of different boxes labeled CIA. You know, you can really see why JFK spoke against the three-letter agencies, fought against secret societies, fought against all of this, because why has the CIA not been disbanded? How much more evidence do we need that they're offing our presidents, violating the rights of citizens?
Of course.
You know, there's so many operations that target citizens.
Well, who's gonna do anything about it? Who's gonna go in there and fight the CIA? You? Me? The president? Ooh, not a single person, nigga. Cause if the president tried to do it, off him. You try to do it, missing. I'll disappear. Was never on this earth. Niggas don't even know about me. So it's like, it's certain things you just can't do. Like, you just can't
right
do.
here at home, and they have this whole lore that they only do things in regards to people abroad, to foreigners, and in other countries for our safety. What is all this going on here in the homeland? So this is very interesting. We have Jeffrey Epstein speaking to a Harvard scientist about the sexual benefits of turning children trans. So this has been a big thing on X. A lot of people are...
I gotta read this. I'm sorry. Is it very simple? I will compare male to females with females to male. With greater molecular control over the development, we are increasingly capable of producing novel phenotypes, more feminine men by blocking testosterone receptors and at the same time increasing estrogen production. The one box male features, the second encouraged female features. Oh, blocks. The one blocks male features. More masculine woman, heavy testosterone dosage, incredible external effects, heavily bearded men. You would never guess they had a female bone in their body. First con, male to female, is 4 times more frequent than female to male. The first is attractive. He is a woman with a something, so that if your fantasy is to suck a man's
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Nah, one more time, bro.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
The shit say he is a woman with a I wanna know what that says. So that if your fantasy is to suck a man's dick, a man's cock, if you want to suck a man's, hey fucking yo.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Brother, what's
Like, This is crazy. Otherwise, you are completely heterosexual. It would be much nicer if the rest of the organism is female. Then you get the best of both worlds.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
Like, huh? So many transsexual women are very attractive and easily make money, which in turns they assert promotes. I mean, promotes their prostitution since they have to pay hefty fees for injections every week. But they are sexually happy once you have reached manhood. Even castrating does not. Oh, even castrating does not prevent the cessation of orgasm. Contrast the poor woman to male versions. They are unhappy and lonely. They are men with so let me finish with it. If you like smelly masculine men, you want that heart. Oh, the cock. That's what it is. He's a cock. But you don't cross out dick. Okay. You want that hard cat. That means this. I mean that comes with the show. You do not want one of those nature's more complex variable structures. The poom poom that is acquired taste. There are hundreds of female trained a male one. By the way, we are now pushing intervention early, so Rio Sun indices with home do that. But what the fuck is sending this? This is Robert. This is from Robert Trives to Jeffrey Epstein. This is December. This is on my fucking birthday. December 18th? What the fuck was I doing December 18th? No, on some real shit, I'm out the dead ass. No. Nah. Hold on, chat. Nah, on some real shit. I'm about to see what I was doing December 18th. No bullshit. No bullshit. Hold on. Let's go down. December 18th. December 18th, I was in North Carolina, bro. Yup! Nah, nigga, I was doing my nigga. Y'all can't hear me? Hold on, wait. Why is it not playing? My phone fucked up. This is what I was doing. Mind you, look at the time, chat. That should say 450. Look, his should say 456. Mine should say 436. Let me see if I can find one. Hold on. 56, so that's 39. Alright, then that was later on that day. I'm over here singing shit like this, chat. He said, hold on. He said, I could be your lover, I could be your friend. I'm in shoes, I'm in your head. Let me it's not love. Hold on, that's that fire. Hold on, that's that fire though. That's what I was doing when he sent this shit out. Around that time when he sent this shit out, I was literally in my crib, fucking Snapchat. Yo, that is crazy,
saying
bro.
that this proves that Epstein was responsible for the trans movement. I'll read a little bit of this. So it's an email from Robert Trivers to Jeffrey Epstein. And the email is basically breaking down the differences between male to female and female to male transsexuals. So many transsexual women are very attractive and easily make money, which in turn they...
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, my fault. So basically he's saying is more likely, excuse me, for females. No, it's more likely for males to turn into females than it is females to turn into males. Reason being is because you can see that when a male turns to a female, they're more likely to have or be comfortable or be happy than a female turning into a man, which is understandable because women get more looks and more praise than men do anyway. So it's like if you a female and you turn into a man, you dumb as hell. You might as well just get surgery on yourself as a female. At that point, you might as well just get surgery. Like, but it comes down. But then it comes down to identity. Then it comes down to your identity and how you feel as that person, or who you are as that person, or what you feel deep inside. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to that. But man, better get a BBL, nigga. Better get a ABL, African booty lift.
Assert promotes their prostitution since they have to pay hefty fines for injections every week, but they are sexually happy. It talks about how, contrast to the poor female to male versions, they are unhappy and lonely. They are men with mum pums, the worst of both worlds. And ending it with saying that, by the way, we are now pushing this intervention earlier. So notice your 3-year-old son has trans tendencies, so now you intervene with hormones. I would be frightened to do that, but who knows? So this, I feel like people are running with it a bit and saying that this means they engineered the whole movement. This is an email in 2018. So to really believe that, you'd have to think that this kind of started in like 2018 or even around there. Obviously, we know trans people have been around forever, and the trans movement ideologically started well before 2018. So I think they're commenting on
I genuinely don't know. Let's see. Actually, I'm not gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up on my phone. I'm gonna look that up on my phone. Some shit I ain't gonna look up on the internet. Movement between emergent to early mid. There's 1952. The mid 1950s. The 1990s is when they became popular. Christine Jorgensen was the first person to ever become widely known in the United States for having a sex reassignment surgery in New York too. She's an American actress and singer and transgender activist. So was he the guy first, or then he was it? I don't know, chat. That's not something that this in my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to do my little research on it. That's all.
movement that they are taking advantage of and likely helping push, but I don't think they deserve their credit for inventing it. Jeffrey Epstein had a bank account which was called...
Listen, this is gonna be long, and I don't give a fuck because this is a lot. Like, this is crazy, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is crazy. It says, please wire 11,000. Wait, 1,100,000. 11,430 dollars. No, 11,000. Yeah, I read it wrong. $11,435. 11,000. Please call Nye. Have any questions? You know the Fed. Reference number. What the fuck?
The ancient Canaanite deity, if you don't know, who children were sacrificed to. Which, you know, as they say, there's nothing new under the sun. Child sacrifice, that's been going on forever, since the beginning of time. They believe...
William Darty at JP Morgan? Does he own that? Who the fuck is William? Nah, I gotta, like, chat. Nah, I gotta figure out who the fuck these niggas is, man. Nah, see? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, wait, no. How the fuck?
That they, employ to harm us. I think what they believe, why they're doing the things they believe, and if you can make up your own beliefs, however, they are doing it for these reasons. Jeffrey Epstein had a bank account which was called Baal, the ancient Canaanite deity, if you don't know, who children were sacrificed to. Which, as they say, there's nothing new under the sun. Child sacrifice, that's been going on forever, since the beginning of time. They believe and they do it because they say that it gets them, a spiritual power. There is a trade-off with these deities, and I'm not here to say whether that's true or not. You can make up your own beliefs. However, they are.
So this is William Doherty. Oh, hold on. What did he own? Yeah, who is? Is an educator, researcher, couple and family therapist, actor, consultant, and community organizer. He is a co-founder of a national non-profit Beavers Angels that aims to reduce political polarization across American society. And this nigga was going to talk about
doing it for these reasons. A lot of people like to ignore or pretend as if the occult aspects of this don't exist. But as I've said in the previous Epstein videos I've done, in the Epstein victim survivor interview I did, it's so important because it's the background of what they believe, why they're doing the things they believe. And if you don't think it's relevant to you, knowing what occult groups our leaders are part of, knowing what their sick beliefs are, the origins of the ideology that they, employ to harm us, I think it's incredibly ignorant to not know that, to not want to see that, or to disregard it and say, I don't believe that, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it is what it is. This is just pure Satanism, and it matters.
Yeah, I mean, I get what she's saying, but at the same time, you can't say anything about it, because if someone don't believe something, then someone don't believe it, bro. You can't say, oh yeah, you're wrong or you're weird for not believing in all of this stuff that they get. If I don't believe it, I don't believe it in my heart. You can't be mad at something that I don't believe or I deem unworthy of really trying to figure out. Like, me personally, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. How do I tell you? You know why? Because it's not gonna put money in my pocket. It's not gonna feed me. It's not gonna take care of me. It's not gonna make me happy. It's not gonna bring nothing good into my life. Why the fuck should I care? And I think that's what she's missing at the end of the day. Like, yes, it's happening. Yes, this is tragic. Yes, this is traumatic. Yes, this is sad. And yes, niggas, someone needs to do something about it. But just because niggas do something about it, how is that going to change me or affect me in any type of way? How's that going to make my life better? Because they go to jail? Because they get millions of dollars taken from them? Is that money going to come to me and my family? Is it going to make sure I'm good at the end of the day? No. So why the fuck should I care? And that's why certain things, I don't even go in detail research. I look on my scene on my phone. Oh, word? Damn. That's crazy. Keep scrolling, nigga, because I don't give a fuck. Like, that shit don't. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. I mean, I get it, but nah, my heart.
They believe that, right? You look at things like the satanic panic. Was it like some irrational panic, or was it a justified panic, right? Because calling something a panic, I would say child sacrifice and rampant Satanism is actually something to panic about, to take action about, but like, true. Panic, that's actually appropriate. And I just want to put this in really quick. Nicki Minaj posted, just as the Epstein files were being released, with this tweet: your favorite artists have been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate them and kill them as a form of a blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when their master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood, however the jig is up. People love to disregard this stuff. I think part of it is it's just too painful to hear. And then, of course, if you're an atheist or agnostic, you don't really have a lens to see this from. If you're a Christian who really knows your Bible, you know this is all biblical. This is all laid out. But let's just take a breather. No. This is really heavy.
It's not true. Because even I know that. Even I know that this is... You know what I'm saying? It's not biblical. But it has, I don't know. I ain't even gonna get into that, chat. But just because you're not reading the Bible doesn't mean you shouldn't know. You're not gonna know.
This is really dark. Let's talk about something really quick that's a lot more fun, a lot more positive. Today's video is sponsored by Snacksy, the people hand up, and then people sign up to Epstein, react sponsoring this video, and now on to the rest of the video. I also wanted to include this video, Jeffrey Epstein reacting to Jesus being brought up in an interview with Steve Bannon.
One of the recent discoveries of mine with respect to Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle is they never wrote anything. They spoke, and people around who could write wrote. Socrates could think. So that was...
Jesus of Nazareth was the same way, right? Never wrote anything.
I thought he was a carpenter.
He was a carpenter.
And didn't he need like a little carpenter's tonight? I don't want to get that.
But at least his written record.
Right.
One last thing.
Sure. Thank you for having me to your house.
The Bible also says, a lot about how demons react to the name of Jesus. And I think you just saw it, needing to downplay Jesus and immediately move to the next topic, really create a diversion. I think he got a little nervous. And it is what it is. More occult stuff. The pillars on Epstein's bookshelf in the Little St. James Temple are the Solomon's Temple pillars here. Like exact replicas, pretty much. I mean, again, black magic, the origins of magic. So...
But that's what I'm saying. Like, shit like that is like, you gotta, it's like, I get where she's coming from, but you gotta explain. You don't just say shit and they be like... And think like, you know what I'm saying? Because now you got viewers thinking like, oh shit, black magic is bad. Magic is bad. No, it's not. It's not. Black magic is what the fuck it says. Black magic. First of all, you get what I'm saying? Like, I could be wrong. I mean, I haven't done my research on black magic, but if I'm not mistaken, black magic is something that us as black people, we created on our own. Like, that's something that's individually different from regular magic. In my opinion, I could be wrong though. I don't know why I'm looking at. I could be wrong though. You feel me? But just because nigga using magic or nigga know how to use magic, that doesn't mean it's evil though, gang. You gotta be more specific about that. Like,
and a lot of this stuff is it requires such deep research. It requires you really shifting your worldview to understanding that even if you don't believe in all of it, some people do, and so it's real in that sense, right? We need to start getting accustomed.
Anything is real. You put your mind to
it.
Anything is real once you put your thought into it. That's why they say like, oh, ever seen the movies or like the Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the shit with Jack Frost. You got Santa Claus. You got the Easter Bunny. That cartoon movie. You know how like Jack or like any of those people, they would have disappeared if they didn't believe in them enough. They gotta believe in them enough in order for them to be real. That's real. That's actually true. Niggas don't think like, oh, Santa Claus. No, Santa Claus exists. Santa Claus exists. That nigga exists. You believe in them? That nigga Jack Frost exists. Easter Bunny. Them niggas exist.
Is what our leaders believe in. And we need to actually, the next step is to integrate it into our understanding of them and the world. That's really the hard part. I remember when I was first waking up to this stuff a couple years ago, which was a big reason why I found Christ. When I pretty much just put it two and two together, that was like, okay, Satanism runs the world. It's clear as day. It's inarguable once you get pretty much to the bottom of the rabbit hole. The bottom of the rabbit hole, the bottom of every rabbit hole is Jesus. And that's why they don't want you looking into the rabbit holes. The bottom of every rabbit hole is Jesus. And all along the way is a bunch of guardrails and a bunch of diversions to keep you from him. Now, I know that there's people that have other religions, and I understand that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to say,
going through a rabbit, wait, what she just said?
Rabbit holes. Of every rabbit hole is Jesus. The bottom of the rabbit hole, once you get pretty much to the bottom of the rabbit hole, it's inarguable. Once you get pretty much to the bottom of the rabbit hole, the bottom of the rabbit hole, the bottom of every rabbit hole is Jesus. And that's why they don't want you looking into the rabbit.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. If you going down a rabbit hole, it's not what she's saying. Like, that don't even make any sense. If you're going, it's the end. Every rabbit hole is the end. Like, I can't even explain that right now, but I just know that shit don't even make sense. That's like, she basically saying every dark tunnel is a light. But it's like you're going down a dark path that leads to more dark path. What light are you gonna see? If you're going down this type of files, 3,000, 3 million, whatever, what light do you see at the end of that tunnel? Sorry, not every rabbit hole got a. I don't know.
Rabbit holes.
I don't know.
The bottom of every rabbit hole is Jesus. And all along the way is a bunch of guardrails and a bunch of diversions to keep you from him. Now, I know that there's people that have other religions, and I understand that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to say that there's a reason why all of these Satanists don't trash talk Muhammad, Buddha, right? There's a reason why they're worshiping Baal, the enemy of Jesus from the Bible. There's a reason why they worship Satan, the bad guy from the Bible. There's a reason why they, mock Jesus specifically. There's something to that. And I remember thinking when I was first figuring all this out, I was like, just solely based on the fact that they try to keep me from Jesus so hard, I'm going to look more so into this guy and see what he's about. So more to the point, Jeffrey Epstein said that the idea that every life is equal is Catholicism at its worst, because there also is so much Jewish supremacy in the Epstein emails and the Epstein files in regards to just communication between him and other.
He is brilliant, and so is Warren. Can't they come up with the better foundation, structure, and goal than to make the ludicrous statement that every life is equal? Then give each one the billion kids $1 for food every year, save the billion lives. Is it?
People, the use of the word goyim is all over. It's like hundreds of times it appears. A lot of trash talk of Christian beliefs, a lot of we are the chosen people, and that's to be expected. And I by no means paint all Jews with that. I know a lot of people do. Just like a lot of people want to paint the entire thing as a, Israel Mossad operation, when if you look at the files, he was clearly connected to CIA, just like the picture earlier we saw in the video with all the CIA buckets around him. He was clearly connected to Russia. He was clearly connected to the UK. It was not just a Jewish thing, but you do have to acknowledge, and you can't ignore, that Jewish supremacy did come to play in his overall ideology. So I want you to think back to my interview with Juliette Bryant, by the way, that we did early, or I guess it was in summer of 25. She's an Epstein survivor, and she is really pushed to the side a lot in terms of like all of the survivors, the ones that get put on the news a lot, the ones that get quoted. Juliette is really pushed to the side because she's willing to talk about the things that a lot of them are not, and respect to them. I know that they probably want to sound, keep it sane sounding.
Man, fuck that nigga. I ain't gonna lie, some shit happened to me. I'm spilling all the fucking tea. I need my 15 minutes of fame. I'm on every podcast, nigga. Every podcast. You pay me some bread, I'm on it. Let's talk.
And just want to keep it about one thing. But Juliette Bryant brought up UFOs in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. UFOs do come up in these new Jeffrey Epstein files. There is an alleged crash retrieval group called
the fuck out of here. Just August 12th, 2010. Just got a note from Bob Pryor who asked me if I thought Murray Gell-Mann would make a good candidate for the Zodiac. As you know, it's one of those last secret types. Zodiac is one of the really cool ones. There are 12 members. There's 12 members at any one time. And it's still very secret. Sorry, John, my reading is fucked. It says, they do really cool stuff, but mostly since they are all very old, it's just dinners and exotic locations. I can't tell you all the 12 members because I don't know who they all are. But I know Paul Volcker is one. Some guy named Howdy, whose family owns Stuyvesant Town. Bob Pryor, and I think Tom Brokaw. Bob represents Cancer, the sun, not in the month. The sun, he represents Cancer. Sun, not the month. Okay. You are a member until your death, but if you get senile, they can't put you into erratic orbit and not invite you to meetings. Anyways, the only way to get in is if someone dies. There are obviously no mentors or women allowed. Minorities. Sorry, not a lot of. Obviously, no minorities or women allowed. But I mean, allowed. Anyways, let me know what you think. Finally, leaving West Africa tonight. Finally, let me know when you get your postcard. You're gonna hopefully laugh a lot. Bet you. I'm sorry. I know I'm reading like a 4-year-old, but it's just like it's a bunch of shit, and it's just like, huh?
Yeah, this is one of these conspiracies that been around for a while, that there's a UFO crash retrieval government program / secret society called the Zodiac. And in an email to Epstein, he's talking about the Zodiac, saying, as you know, it's one of the last secret type societies. The Zodiac is one of the really cool ones where there's only 12 members at a time, and this is very secret. So moving on from the occult stuff into some specific people,
Yeah,
Bill Gates.
I heard a lot about this nigga.
You nasty MFer. You're nasty. Epstein
I ain't gonna lie, Bill Gates deadass look like the type of nigga to put. Like, I don't look at Bill Gates, gang. Like, not out of, like, majority of the times I don't look at Bill Gates or never really seen Bill Gates like that much. But looking at him now, bro, he look like a type of nigga to partake of that, and his wife too. Back. Damn, it's a lot to read. Hold on, let's read this. It says. Buy you out of investment control. We had agreed 30 to 40% of $100 million partnership for $30 million in today's dollar. Term and conditions to be agreed. That's what I would have done had I been in your shoes. What I did receive, however, was a unfriendly, strong worded email telling me how employable I am and that I should not look to you for any significance financially. Help and significant financial help in the future. CEO added an assault to the injury. That's on like TO. Shit is capital. To add insult to the injury, you then implore me to please delete the emails regarding your STD. Oh, what the fuck? Your request that I provided, the request that I provided you antibiotics that you can give to Melinda, the description of your penis. What? He also made it clear to me that I am to blink. That is another topic that must remain between the two of us. In return of all of those requests, which I should have done without a second thought, I am not to attend meetings with Melinda. I should continue to provide you the same level of service and dedication that I have done so diligently until you are ready to discard me and our friendship. I have decided to resign my position effective immediately with BG3 and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I have not come to this decision quickly or without a regret deal of thought. During the past few weeks, I have been caught up in a severe material dispute between Melinda and Bill. I have a great respect of my friend of 7 years and wish them both well. In my role as his right hand, I have been asked and wrongly accused into participating in things that have been ranged from morally inappropriate to the ethical unsound and have been repeatedly asked to do things to get near and potentially over the line until the illegal thought it was kindly suggested. That suggested that I was a transition to a new position after my 6 years, and that Bill would, in other words, give me 2 years severance pay. I feel it would be dishonest to myself and my future. From helping Bill to get drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls to facilitating their with a married woman who begin to ask to provide health.
Allege that Bill Gates caught an ST.
So sorry. Fuck, I was reading that shit. That shit, I ain't gonna lie, I was lost. I'm not gonna lie. Reading that shit, I was lost. But what I do realize, and what I read and understood though, and I realized this from the last time, not last time, but when I was watching Jumpers Jump, it was talking about how his wife, was it Jumpers Jump? I think, how his wife Bill Gates left him because she found out that she had caught a ST. Mind you, this wasn't her first time catching it. But what he would do is he would give her this pill or give her the antidote or whatever, and he would do it. And I think she wouldn't even know that she was taking it or getting affected at first. She didn't know. That's what I heard. But I don't know, child.
From Russian girls and begged Epstein for a secret antibiotic to dose Melinda, his wife, without her knowing. So this pervert was doing what he
wanted to
did on the island, caught something, and then secretly wanted to drug his wife so that she wouldn't know that he was giving her an STD. Just the most disgusting.
Oh, he was drugging her so she wouldn't know she had an STD. But she's gonna still know from the effects, gang. Like, she's still gonna have symptoms. Like,
and you know, it really also
you was better off just giving her the cure. I thought it was the cure. You was better off doing that.
Shows that if he's willing to abuse the medical system and abuse drugs on just his wife, and this is the guy we trust with vaccines on our children. This is the guy that we trusted during the pandemic, right? So Melinda divorced him, by the way, in 2021, citing the Epstein relationship. And here she is just today talking about this allegation of him drugging her.
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? Unbelievable sadness.
Go back.
With these details. Said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, I left.
I was gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, you can't. Sometimes you gotta blame the parents too, cause sometimes the parents be having their kids just letting their kids go out, or letting them kids. Oh my, I'm about to go see this guy. Oh, for real? Okay, like, you gotta stop doing that.
My marriage, I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad.
A little bit tight-lipped, but definitely not saying it was false, which is really disturbing. She could have very easily said if this was one of the more extreme, like less verifiable things in the file. So disclaimer. Now we're going to get into what is technically referred to and deemed in the files as unverified accusations, tips taken from the FBI, some of them anonymous. Some of the people who submitted this information were deemed non-credible, emotionally unstable, mentally ill. Although if you're a victim of something, how would you not be emotionally unstable?
I mean, obviously. It says, I like to add a few points disclosed by the claim. On this yacht, this African having sex with females. bleeding during it. He was a victim of a type of sacrifice. Arm on the yacht, he witnessed being fucking. This shit is just beyond me at this point. What the fuck? He also by George Bush. Victims disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, creator of True, described by multiple online sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. Morris has a criminal record as a result of the investigation. Let me know if you want to discuss the former FBI.
Right? So this next part, I am leaving this up to you to believe what you want to believe. That's really all we can do. That's all I can do. Because this is the unverified section of the files, right? So it's alleged that George Bush Sr. raped a male victim, and that the same victim was also subjected to a ritual sacrifice in which his feet were cut off with a sword. The victim says he mentioned a child being torn apart. And
wait, go back, because I hate I read it word for word, and I hate when people start adding shit to the story.
Because this is the
Where did it say his feet was cut off? It said his feet were cut with a symmeter, but left no scarring. It doesn't say no fucking sword. What are you talking about?
verified
I hate that shit.
section of the files, right? So it's alleged that George Bush Sr. raped a male victim, and that the same victim was also subjected to a ritual sacrifice in which his feet were cut off with...
His feet were cut. Not cut off. Like, huh?
A sword.
Where you see a sword? Nigga said with a sword, but left no scarring. Don't say no sword. What is this? A scimitar, but left. Let me. Maybe that's why she's saying the sword. Maybe it was cut off. Let me see what a fucking what's the word? Yeah, she losing me, child. That's what like, yo. I'ma watch nigga shit. I think he's guilty for sure, but I gotta do my own research. Oh no, niggas is cutting niggas feet off with this. This some old shit. This some shit that you see in like Prince of Persia. Niggas got the Prince of Persia type of sword. Okay. Feet were cut with but left no scarring.
The victim says he mentioned a child being torn apart and having their intestines pulled out aboard a yacht.
I don't know what that says. Being dismembered. I guess so.
Does it sound crazy? Yes. Does crazy equal wrong? No. I don't really know what to believe about this. I'm not going to say I believe it because there is no substantiation or proof. But I'm not going to say I disbelieve it either, because what are we really left with? We're left with maybe. You know what I mean? Because this sounds unbelievable, but so does all the other stuff that's clearly real from the files. And I'm starting to think that that's actually how they get away with things, is that they do things that are so ridiculously unbelievable, so unthinkable, that you don't believe it or think of it.
True.
If your crimes are so unthinkable, no one's going to think about it. No one's going to think you could do it. So this is up to your, discretion, what you want to believe. I will say the Bushes were both part of Skull and Bones, still are, which is a cult, which is a satanic group and secret society. And that's on paper. George Bush has admitted to that. His father has admitted to that. It's not exactly outside of the behavior of satanic groups. Why nobody talks about the Bushes being in Skull and Bones, I really don't understand. Like, it's just on paper out there and admitted that they do rituals like ejaculating into coffins. Like, it's, but then this last thing, you know, the eating the kid, is that just so far-fetched if they're doing that? I don't know. You tell me. I'm really not trying to push anybody to believe or disbelieve these few. You have Ron DeSantis, an accusation that he raped a man in Florida in 2008. There's really not.
Wait, what? In 2008, my boss said to me, the FBI is on the phone. Did you see James Bogler kidnap a child? I said, I did. That night, I was raped by Ron. I woke up naked on my floor, tied up and beaten while James stood there with a gun. Then Ron came in and said, by the time I remember him, I'll be locked up psychopath. As a psychopath. Then a woman came in and that woman, Nancy Mace, and said he was going to put it on you. He said he was going to do you porn, or I don't know what the fuck. I couldn't remember this. This is why my punishment. Not a psychopath. Why am I a victim of these FBI? He never
any substantiation for this either.
Why am I
Again,
reading the
verified section of the video? I don't know what to believe about it. And this is where you can see the not to run cover for the government at all, but you can see the rationale they probably had, which is the FBI has to accept anonymous tips, has to accept any sort of information, you know, anyone trying to come to them with info. And so this is in the collection of info they collected. Doesn't make it true, not at all. But we're left to have to wonder. And so the rationale that like the average person should not just be given this information, unfortunately, I do see that rationale. Do I agree with it? No, because I think everyone should be able to make up their own mind. But I think this just does illuminate some statements made by the administration before, even though I hate defending them in this aspect, that a lot of people can be hurt by these files too because there are unsubstantiated claims. But again, you believe what you want to believe. You have Biden brought up. For anybody who wants to act like this is something partisan just because it was a Bush and a DeSantis, Biden comes up. The email describes alleged abuse, traveling with Epstein's
disclosure by 17 victim. As I tried to tell you a month ago, I have continued interviewing a young victim, Carla, and she has finally opened up after her guardian was attacked and beaten by U.S. agents, and she has disclosed where she met Epstein, whose homes they visit in New York, Maryland, North Mexico, Florida, Virgin Islands. Damn, these niggas was everywhere. Plays the Carmen and Cancun in just the last 2 years with god damn the name she has associated with him, and these visits includes Clinton's, Biden's, Wayne, older politicians. I don't know why I'm reading them, and lawyers. She was a photogenic memory and used an excellent artist who made sketches of some of these men. These U.S. agents who attacked and blinked her and her guardian are under arrest in Mexico and have asked her and her guardian to drop all charges against them so that all the harassment attacks stop. I don't trust these people to not harm her and her guardian due to all of the past acts. If you want to interview, let her know and we can arrange. She has identified Gail, whatever, Maxwell, as a woman who came to Richard's Mark home in Mexico many times in 2010 and 2011 with Nancy, who set up sexual trips for her when she was 10 or 11 years old. What the I don't even want to press the button. Like, this shit is just crazy, gang. I'm not gonna lie. Like, gotta get the fuck off this. We know death threats against her becomes because of a testimony she gave in 2018 against Kelly, Biden, and Wayne in the sex link case in Mexico. Right now, we have her at a safe location, but we want to help you guys, but we also need to protect her son, and her guardian.
Circle, and it includes visits with the Clintons and the Bidens from a victim. I don't know. What I do know is anybody trying to make this a partisan thing, you know, whenever the Epstein stuff comes out, I always feel very nonpartisan. And it kind of does feel good. It kind of feels like that post 9/11 like vibe we all had. I know a lot of y'all are not even old enough to remember that. Oh my God. But, you know, there was like a certain unity and there was a certain like nonpartisan, you know, vibe, even though it was based on lies because the Iraq war was a lie. Damn, everything's a lie.
Damn, how old is she? Gotta be in her 30s because I was around 9/11, but I ain't know about that. I ain't going on. I'm gonna let this shit play out. I'm about to throw some food on the thing real quick.
And I'm sure that nonpartisan feeling will be disrupted within the next hour, the next time I hear somebody say something like no one's illegal on stolen land, right? So it's temporary. But this is not partisan, and anyone trying to make it that is a fool in my mind. So now on Trump, for all the people, you know, who message me acting like I'm going to ignore all the Trump stuff. People who just discovered the word Epstein in the past year, by the way, when I've been for the past near decade talking about releasing the files. But anyways, it reveals that Trump allegedly forced a 13-year-old girl to perform oral on him and that he hit her after she bit him. Now, this particular person, it says the person was spoken to and deemed not credible. Additional research showed 3 separate incidents involving police, which requested in mandatory psychiatric evaluations. Does that mean that that is a lie? Not necessarily, but it does mean it's coming from a weak source. It doesn't mean it's true. This one has also been out there for years. I guess that came like right before the 2020 election. So make of that what you will. I don't know what to believe, like I said. The problem with this information being out, as much as I agree it should be out, is that it's left us to really make up our own minds on an individual level. But it is important to say, just like with the Biden, and you know, there's some like Mondami stuff in there that was not true, that's unsubstantiated. So I'm just trying to show I'm not partisan here. There was stuff about Mondami that wasn't true or proven. Biden, it's not partisan. Here's another claim about Biden saying that there was sexual trips, including Biden as the perpetrator. As early as 10 or 11 years old, the victim was when this happened. So unsubstantiated, but scary. Please take care of your mental health upon learning about all this, reading about this. I personally woke up to a lot of this stuff a couple years ago, and it was very debasing. It really upset my mental for a long time. So just be aware of that. Thank you so much to Snacksy for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys check them out in the link below or the pinned comment. Subscribe to this channel as well as my podcast channel. Follow me on X, TikTok, Instagram, all the things. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Like I said,
I was listening to you. I could hear what she was saying. I just want to read some of this. All right. We out of here, child. We ain't even going. We ain't gonna stay here too much. Shout out to Shorty. I don't really know who she is. Shout out to Blair White for the fucking video. Appreciate you, my love. Me personally, like I said, you gotta do your own research. And not just your own research, but you just gotta be mindful of what niggas tell you, cause niggas could be lying. Feel me? Niggas don't always know what's going on. It could be more than what you think it is. You feel me? So just take everything with a grain of salt and just do your own research. You feel me? That's why, like, even watching this, I had the correct turn of certain shit, and I feel like she was wrong about. You get what I'm saying? But that's just me though. But that's it for the video, man. Make sure I like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure I turn on that post. Make sure that bell is on so y'all know when I upload. If you're watching this from YouTube, shout out to you. I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you sub up when you come to Twitch. So gotta come to Twitch first. Go on and look at the description box down below. Hit the link. Hit the Twitch one. Then press follow. Then sub up. For me, it's only a few dollars, bro. Only a few dollars. You wanna watch me live? Wanna talk to me live? Wanna have a conversation with me live? Show some love. Pull up. You feel me? But without further ado, man, we out. Peace. Before we go, this was a crazy episode. I'm sorry it was a little long, but is worth it though. Like this is the only and last time y'all will ever see me talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Be like, this is, you feel me? I did my, and that's it. So that's why I was a little long today. I wanted to get what I had to get out. I feel like it's probably more shit that I probably want to get out, but I just keep it on. You feel me? Until some big shit happen. Maybe I'll do another video. But until then, we out, y'all. I love y'all. Peace.